What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the God Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin, here with my co-host, Donovan Moore, on the other side.
What's going on?
We got Carson Nadash with us here today. So today we're going to be talking about our top 10 NBA players, top 10 NFL quarterbacks, as well as NBA award predictions. So make sure you guys comment and subscribe. Hope you guys like it and enjoy the intro.
You ready, Playboy?
Yo, turn it up, Sly. I can't hear nothing.
So today we'll be talking about our top 10 players. We're each going to rank our own top 10. So let's start with number one.
I'm pretty sure we all got the same number one.
LeBron.
Yeah,
How you guys
okay.
feeling about that? That's a good one.
Yep.
All right, man. No debate there.
Yeah, no debate. That's the greatest player of all time.
So second up, I got KD. Who y'all got?
KD.
Yeah, it's KD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
know we were all going to be in agreement there. Anthony Davis.
At number three, I put Kawhi right there.
I got Kawhi also.
I put Kawhi.
Let's
I mean,
talk about it.
I feel like Anthony Davis could top Kawhi, definitely. Pause. I feel like he could overtake Kawhi, but how about you just give your thoughts and I'll just come
Yikes.
back?
Well, Kawhi has been the best player on a championship team. AD hasn't yet, and he's still technically the number two on his team, even though he's putting in work and it's a good even load, I'd say. But like right now, if you got a guy on your team, that's like the same caliber as you, it's hard to put you above someone else for a season that you played with a guy of your caliber. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis could definitely
Anthony Davis should have
take
been
that number
defensive player of
three
the
spot.
year.
Yeah, I feel like this year, because he was my favorite for MVP, him and
Mhm.
Luka. So I feel like Anthony Davis, he gets that MVP this year. He definitely gonna overtake Kawhi, and then we all probably got the Lakers repeating this year.
I'm about to
So
say that.
they get back-to-back rings.
They get back-to-back rings. He
Yeah.
get his own MVP. He already better than Kawhi.
Yeah, I feel like
He gets
Anthony
the
Davis,
MVP, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think this is a good year for him to get MVP.
I feel like he can get MVP and Defensive Player of the Year this
This
year.
year.
So if he does both of that, he'll be in my top three for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Kawhi still doesn't even have an MVP.
Yeah, exactly. He
Yeah.
doesn't have an MVP.
He just got Defensive Player of the Year, right? Like
He's a
couple
good
level.
player. I don't
Yeah.
think that he's a good individual player, though. I don't think he's better than AD. I don't. He can shoot better than AD.
AD's more of a complete
AD's
player.
more of a complete player. He rebounds. He blocks. He does everything on the basketball court, literally.
Yeah.
And he guards smalls, too.
I feel like they're interchangeable, but yeah, if he had Anthony Davis has another great year this year, then he's definitely gonna be top three.
So number 4, I got Luka.
Mm.
Ooh, I said Giannis.
You say Giannis?
I had Anthony Davis at 4. So
Okay. I like Luka.
why you put Luka right there?
Why?
I feel
He's a top 4 player in the league right now.
you think so?
Yeah, if he had Kristaps healthy, he would have beat the Clippers last year.
That's true.
That's a fact.
That's true.
He was hooping, bro. They couldn't do nothing
He
with
was
that
playing
man.
great basketball.
They couldn't do nothing with that man. Him and AD are my favorites for MVP this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't disagree with that. I could totally see Luka winning MVP. I got him a lot lower on the list just because it's like early. And
Yeah,
You don't see him
I
top
got
4
I
right
got
now?
him lower on
he
my
just
list.
cracked my top 10. I could see him totally cracking top 5 if he wins MVP, but it's just like a little too early.
All right, so who'd you have it for?
I had Giannis.
And why?
He's coming off back-to-back MVPs, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. And, I mean, the reason I have him higher than AD is because he's, like I said, the best player on his team. And AD's next on my list. It's just that, when he was the best player on his team, I can't say that he's, gotten that far in the playoffs, really.
Mhm.
So, I know he's been gotten better since then
Mhm.
and stuff. I just like to see what he does this year, and then he could pass him. But it's just like Giannis coming off back-to-back MVP.
Okay.
Give him the regular season.
If the Bucks go out early in the playoffs this year, is that going to move it all for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, because like I feel like he has no excuses this year, really. I mean, besides like the Nets and stuff, but that'll be later. That'll be later.
About to say, yeah, they went and got Drew Holiday and Chris
Mhm.
Middleton's their third option still. So I
Yeah.
mean, they should on paper be better.
I mean, I had AD above Giannis on mine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you feel like you have to put AD over Giannis.
Yeah.
They
I
play,
mean,
like,
I
similar
feel like
position.
yeah. And AD's a better
AD's a
overall
better
player.
overall
He
player.
can
He
shoot
can
better. Only thing Giannis will have, I don't even know. Giannis does have better handle, but I don't know if that's completely true. Like AD can
AD can
dribble
handle
too.
it pretty
Yeah,
well.
he can
He was
handle
doing some
the
step
basketball.
back jump shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm
in the
saying.
bubble,
AD's a
so-
better shooter.
He's a
I
better
feel like he's a
shooter.
better defender.
Yeah, I feel like you have to put AD over Giannis. So
Yeah,
like,
definitely. And
what
then
list
plus
you
these
got.
recent playoff performances Giannis been putting up. It's
Yeah,
that's
why
not
he dropped
MVP.
for me.
Yeah, that's not
That's why
MVP
he's not top
performance.
five for me. That's
Yeah,
exactly
I mean
why
he's
not.
5 for me. He's right at 5. Like he's
Yeah.
on the fringe. The only reason I didn't put Well, we can get to that later. I didn't put Steph in my top 5 though, just because he was hurt, but he's right outside of my top 5. So
Okay, so then who's your
Same.
5?
my 5 is Giannis.
You got 5.
And then-
You got Giannis?
I got AD as my 5 because
Okay.
after Giannis.
I got Curry at my
Curry.
5. Coming off an injury, you know, I probably shouldn't have him this high, but I do think he's better than Dame and
Definitely.
Harden, which I
Definitely.
didn't want to put either of those guards over Curry.
Definitely.
Before I see what Curry has this year, so that's why I have him at 5.
I put Steph at 6. He was just like, he was hurt last year. That was really it. But I feel like this year, as long as he stays healthy, the Warriors definitely going to be fighting for that play-in game. I feel like they'd be like a 7, around 7, 8 seed. It just hurts not having Clay because it's like they only have too many other proven like scorers or deadly shooters out there on the court. I mean, Kelly Oubre is a good help, but
He's been looking
he's no
good
Klay
too,
Thompson.
but they've been
you know?
looking good.
Yeah, Oubre is like a good I mean, he's not Clay. He's a good poor man's Clay. Like he's a good defender. Like I saw him.
Yeah, he
strap
plays
up
with a lot of
Murray.
energy.
He can be a good.
He plays with a
defender
lot
for
of
sure.
energy.
Good
And he's
driver.
Athletic,
shooter.
yeah.
I think he could fill some of the void that.
Yeah. I feel like Steph's going to have a crazy year this year, though.
Yeah,
if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, if he
That's
stays
gonna be
healthy,
an issue.
I feel like he can average at least 27, 28.
Right, I agree.
But it depends on what the defense, what type of attention they give him, though. But I could see him just having another great year.
Okay,
So he's at 6 for me.
You say he's at 6. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to add real quick. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how the Warriors play this year because they're always a small team, and this year they're huge. Like Steph's the only small
Yeah.
guy in their lineup. They got
Yeah.
Draymond,
That's a really
Oubre,
good point.
Wiseman,
Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew
Wiggins. Those guys
yeah.
are all tall, so they're going to change their identity. It's not going to be the same like small ball running the break. And they don't really have shooters anymore. They were the best shooting team really, and now it's just
Now
like
it's like Curry.
Steph
Yeah.
and like kind of Oubre. I wouldn't call him like
Ubre's not like a knockdown shooter. He'll probably
Yeah.
shoot like 35.
He can shoot.
He's not,
Yeah,
he's not
he-
a 40, 42.
He's not a
He's
as soon as he
Klay.
crosses half court. He's not a Clay. As soon as he
Right.
crosses half court, you got to pick him up.
yeah.
I don't know. I think that still might open up their offense though with them playing a little bit bigger this year. I like James Wiseman. I think that he has a lot of potential to be like a generational type player. Really.
Yeah.
He's 7.
I think I had him as my rookie of the year.
Really?
James Wiseman. Yeah, I could definitely see him taking off just a pick and roll with Steph or something because Wiseman could shoot it a little bit too. So
Yeah.
I could see like at least a mid range, not a 3-pointer. Yeah, he
shoot
could at least hit a
He
mid
gotta get a little
range.
bit more consistent with
Yeah,
that. But,
exactly.
Maybe in 2-3 years he will be shooting.
I feel like he could be a pretty good defender because the Warriors already needed an inside presence ever since they lost JaVale McGee. So
And he's 7-1. There's
Yeah.
no excuse. Like
Yeah.
for real. There's no excuse for me. Like either he's gonna be really good or I think he'll be trash.
I think it's going to be a lot more like pick and rolls and oops than before. Like I think that's going to be it's going to be a lot like the Rockets offense almost like a couple years ago with Clint Capella and Harden. I think it's going to be Curry and Wiseman running a lot of pick and roll because he's so big. Like if you draw attention to the shooter, you're going to let up the oop or you're going to let up the three. It's one of the two. You got to make that decision. I feel like it's going to be a cool offense.
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
So at 6 I got James Harden. Where's Harden on your list?
Adam at 7 right after
Adam at
Steph.
7.
Yeah,
I
Adam
got
at 7.
Steph at 6.
So where would Harden have been last year on your list?
Last year,
Yeah.
probably around the same spot, 6 or 7.
Really? That's how you feel about him?
He's a great scorer, but it's like, what in the playoffs? What does he do?
That's how I feel about Giannis. That's why I haven't said Giannis' name yet.
Yeah, Harden's a great scorer, but it's like when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he just stands there.
Okay. How you feeling?
Be like,
Where's Harden on your list?
He's 7. He's after. I got Steph 6, Harden 7.
Wow, we're all like in the grant. So
Yeah.
Harden
We're
top
just
five
like we're just
anymore.
like one off.
Wow.
But Harden, it's just like it's the same movie every year. It's like he's a really good player. And he does well in the playoffs, but he's not. He doesn't win the big game. Like what's it called? 2 years ago when KD was out for the Warriors series, like he really had no excuse to lose that series, and he did.
Right.
It like he
Yeah,
lost.
that's facts.
That
That's
was
facts.
just like proof again that Steph's better in that. He's like, I know he had Clay on his team, but it's like the Harden.
It's usually Clay that be turning up in them game 6s that they need.
Yeah.
Really though.
Yeah, but he had 33 in the second half. Like
That's true.
that was a big game that just like kind of proved that like I don't know, Harden can't really get it done when it's time, and it's probably because he goes and parties with Lil Baby. But yeah,
yeah, I feel like Harden's just like one of those guys. He's like one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen. But like once you get to the playoffs, like what more does he do?
and he's fat. He's getting fat.
I had 7. I have Dame.
I had him at 8.
Okay, we're all like it's
Yeah.
right there. It's right there.
It's right there.
Where you got Dame at on your list?
Yeah,
I have Dame at 9. I had Luka over Dame because I haven't even gotten to Luka yet. I have
Okay.
Luka at 8.
Wow.
I had Luka right after Dame.
I'm sorry. You have Luka after Harden.
Yeah, just because like dude, like I mean, like he's young. Like give him another year. You know, I've
Yeah.
seen
I'm same way.
players kind of fall off. Not that he would,
You know he averaged 31, 9, and 10 in the playoffs, right?
Dude, he's a dog. Like, I'm no question, but he just came on the scene, so it's like you can't just like automatically put him up top and then like he'll be there. I guarantee after this year he'll be like
basically saying he got to earn his stripes. He got to earn his stripes.
Harden's been doing it for years,
series,
man.
He earned his stripes. Like that was it. For real. The only thing he needed was a healthy Kristaps. He did everything he could to win that series.
Yeah, but I mean,
31, 10, and 9. He was averaging 27, 9, and 9, I think, in the regular season, and then his numbers went up in the playoffs. And he's 20 years old.
Dude, he's my MVP pick. I agree with you, but it's just like right now, he's just there.
I got Dame over Luka. Dame is a dog.
Oh man,
you can't sleep on Dame.
Oh,
I got something to say about Dame. I mean,
that man took the Blazers all the way to the conference finals.
So Dono, are you guys put on your Instagram the top 10 list and like what I disagree with? And I was pissed seeing Dame that high just because like
I don't like seeing Dame that high.
Dame, like remember I said Harden, it's the same movie. With Dame, it's the same movie every year. Movie. Like he's a great player and he's gonna put up like big 60, 50 point games. You know what I mean? Like and everyone's gonna go ooh ah. But it's like one, he's not the best point guard. He's number 2. I'll give him that.
In the league?
Yeah, I say Steph's better than him. He's 0-10 versus Steph in the playoffs. That's without KD. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of them. And Dame, like, also, like, he's like that all bark, no bite guy. Like, he's going to have those big regular season games and some big playoff games versus, like, some teams, you know, but, like, he's not going to win the series. And his team's getting better and stuff. I know it's just that, like, every year they're the same, like, second round exit. I mean, they went to the Western Conference Finals and had the most atrocious sweep I've ever seen in my life. 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was bad. They couldn't even get a game on the
That was horrible.
They couldn't get a game.
That was horrible.
Yeah, but I like Dame. I do think Dame's a better player now than he was then. It's just like even with him ascending, I don't see them making it anywhere. Like,
I mean, that's because of the conference they're in, though. Mm-hmm. You got to think about the West at the same time.
If they came out East, I still don't see them making it out.
Nah, I mean, because you got the Nets and the Heat, you got and the Celtics. You still
got the net, even without them.
Outside of Dame and CJ McCollum, the Blazers don't really have anybody where it's like.
And CJ McCollum isn't really
he's inconsistent.
He's not exactly. A certified number 2 for me.
Exactly.
Like, so
he's no
Gary Trent.
That's my point though. Like I don't see Dame like even when Dame puts up them 60-point numbers, like
that's what I'm saying. He's doing everything.
They're not really going.
He's doing everything he can. That's what I'm saying. That's why Dame's in my top. He's doing literally everything he can.
And you had him at where again?
I got him at 8.
And you said you had him above Luka.
Yeah, I got Luka at 9. Okay. If Luka ascends this year as he's been doing, he's gonna move up to like probably the top 5.
I'm telling you, he's gonna ascend this year. That man is.
Yeah, he probably is.
He's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all it's gonna take is a year.
Okay. I got Giannis at 8.
Sheesh.
No, he's not a complete basketball player than any of those players before him.
Sheesh.
He's not better than Dame. He's not better than Harden. He's not better than Curry. Not better than Luka. Not better than AD. Not better than KD. Not better than LeBron.
I mean, nobody's better than LeBron.
These are facts.
What I gotta say about Giannis though is like, I feel like his team isn't really like it doesn't cater to him. So like to say that he's not a complete player is like it's fair. He can't shoot, but like he's good offensively, good defensively. So he is a pretty complete player. It's just that like his team doesn't have like the best knockdown shooters, and that's exactly what he needs. Like him driving to the lane and drawing all the defense. Imagine if he played for the Warriors. Imagine if he played with Steph and Clay. Like that's why I was like, you know, everyone talked about that or whatever. If you play with shooters, or you play for the Heat, like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, it's like, dude, he would dominate. Like,
but that's the issue with him being in Milwaukee. Also with the small market teams, he's not going to get players like that. So like it just came out yesterday that he wanted Bradley Beal and Bogdan in the offseason, and he got neither of them. Like that should tell you what it's like being in Milwaukee, because I feel like if he was in like a LA or something like that, somebody would have went and played with him. Like Giannis is a good player. I'm not gonna say he's not. It's just that, and the point where you were making where he's on a team where it's not really catered like toward him, like it really, you see it in the playoffs really. Like they really just look to Giannis for everything. Like for real. They just look to Giannis and like he has to create shots himself, and he's not a shooter.
That's the thing. I feel like he's not a playoff scorer.
He's not a playoff scorer.
He's a great player, but he's not a playoff scorer. There's a difference between like a scorer and a playoff scorer.
Right. And he needs another guard that's probably equally as good as him on the outside, and he just doesn't have that. So I don't know. Giannis is just not there for me, honestly. He's not a more complete player than anybody else before him, honestly.
Here's the thing, it's like some of these players, like we change the narrative on them real fast when they switch teams, and then you see them at their fullest ability. Like even like AD, like he was on the Pelicans and not making that much noise for years because his front office wasn't doing anything for him.
Right.
And that's Giannis. Like if he went to a big market team or went to the Heat or the Warriors, one of those two teams that like caters to his abilities, I think we'd all be saying, oh, he's number 4 or 3, you know? Like,
yeah, but I don't think he doesn't even want that narrative. Apparently, after he just signed that contract with the
Yeah.
Bucks, like they're not. He got 5 more years locked in now.
and that goes with like, do you respect that loyalty? It's like Dame.
I don't
like,
respect you.
I don't either.
It hasn't gotten Dame anywhere. It's
I
not
don't
going
either.
to get Giannis anywhere. Like they just keep collecting checks, and they're the best on their team, but
Yeah.
no team success, and that's why you're not going to be that high on my list. That's just me personally. 9, I got Kawhi Leonard.
Jeez,
Sheesh.
the disrespect.
I'm about to say.
This guy won
sheesh.
championships in different cities.
He was not the best player on that Spurs team, and then they shouldn't have won the championship with the Raptors. So, one championship for me, and then one Finals MVP for me. Hasn't really done much in the regular season to be an MVP yet, so not better than Giannis.
Damn, you're taking away his finals because of the KD injury. It's like,
Yeah, I don't. That was not a respect. If any championship should have an asterisk next to it, it's that one.
I mean, I agree that like they would have won with KD, but it's like you can't like knock a guy for having a better situation, you know?
And then the luckiest jump shot I've ever seen in my life in that Game 7. I have
That
never
was
seen a
so
ball
lucky.
bounce that much ever. What I'm basing it off of right now is he doesn't have any MVPs. He's never stood out in a regular season.
He's not an MVP,
He's not an
type
MVP
of guy.
type
though.
of player. So I don't. He's not
The
a better
MVP
player
is
than
more
these
so for
guys.
people who like stand out. Kawhi he just gets to work. He doesn't really say much.
I can agree with that.
The
But I mean,
MVP
you can still get to work and get numbers to be an MVP though.
Yeah, I feel like they
don't
base
do
the
it.
MVP off who could be the most marketable. Kawhi's not really.
He's
a
not a
marketable
marketable guy. I agree.
He's quiet.
I agree. But
Yeah.
I also don't. I don't know. I don't love Kawhi. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
Especially
Kawhi
after
fan
this
either,
last
yeah.
after this last playoffs.
I
he has
don't
to
think-
prove that top 5.
I don't
to
think
me.
it's
That was
fair.
crazy.
That we hate on Kawhi because of what Paul George did. It's just not fair. Like he had one bad game in the most important game, Kawhi. But like, let's be honest, how often is Kawhi like folded in the clutch? Like besides that free throw, ever since then, I feel like he's been pretty clutch. Like one of
Yeah,
the
he
clutch
doesn't-
players in the league.
I agree,
Yeah.
but
That's why he's at number
not.
3.
PG's got that pandemic,
At the end
contagious.
of the day, Kawhi went to the Clippers and was like, "We have to get Paul George." Got Paul George, and he's trash.
I
So,
mean,
like,
that's
and
not
they
on
were
the-
both trash.
That's not on Kawhi for trusting Paul
Kawhi
George.
wasn't-
both
That's
trash.
on
Kawhi
Kawhi
wasn't
act
trash.
like Kawhi put up 20 in Game 7.
Every other game he did though, Kawhi wasn't
Yeah.
trash.
Every
Kawhi
other
had a
game
great
he did.
number.
I'm not saying he was trash. That game he was trash, and I needed to see something from Kawhi. He was missing easy shots. He was hitting post fadeaways he usually hits.
I
He
mean,
was
but that's what you got Paul
just looks
George for
scared.
too. If one man ain't getting it done, then the next
Other
man needs
sports
to
man-
step up.
neither.
I
of
thought
them
it was
can get
Batman and Robin.
The thing is, if
It's not
Kawhi's
just
off,
Batman.
PG not gonna be able to pick him up. If PG's off, Kawhi can pick him up.
That's why I
Exactly.
blame PG though. Like
Exactly. That
Kawhi
should
did
go
his
on Paul
job most of
George.
the
Hey,
time.
I'm taking it on both of them. Both of y'all look terrible in the finals in a Game 7 where they were up 3-1. Like you gotta, and then the way Paul George was describing it, like every time they would lose, they just be like, "All right, we gonna win the next game." Like no conversation about let's change this, let's change that. Kawhi was on that team.
Every time
I'm
Paul George
sorry,
loses,
bro.
he got an excuse though. When Dame hit him with a 50-foot step back, he was like, "That was a bad."
That's true.
shot."
That was a bad shot.
This
But
is the
yeah.
guy we're taking his word for. Come
Either
on.
way, Kawhi, you got to be a leader on your team, bro. You can't be losing. You can't lose 3 games in a row and you didn't say anything like, "Bro, let's change up the matchup. Like, let's
Yeah, I
change
see what
something
you're
up."
saying.
They both went out there and was like, "Let's just run it back," and then
I
lost
see
3
what
games in a
you're
row.
saying.
Like, I'm sorry, bro. That's
Yeah.
just not top 5 to me.
Yeah.
But he's still top 10 though. He got to drop a little bit though for me.
I got him top 5.
Okay,
I rock with Kawhi.
okay. How you feeling, guy?
I got him at 3.
You got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got him
Okay.
at 3.
I got Jokic at 10.
So do I.
Same.
Okay,
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
pretty solid list there.
I was talking with Bennett about his list, and he was putting Kyrie there, and I'm like, I'm putting Jokic over Kyrie. Kyrie's got something to prove.
Kyrie in the top 10.
Yeah, he's like 15 for me, bro.
He's top
I got Jimmy
15.
Butler over him right
I
now.
got Jimmy Butler over him. I got
Yeah.
Paul George over him. No.
I don't remember.
Where's
my
Paul
15.
George on your top list? Just your rankings, period.
Like 13th. something
He's
that.
like in
He's
that.
still there for
he's
you?
in like that. He's in that top 15 to 20 range.
He's in that dub range for me.
Because you got Jimmy
Damn.
Butler, Kyrie,
Jimmy Butler, Kyrie,
Bradley Beal,
Bradley Beal,
Embiid.
Cat, maybe.
That's
A guy
that's
like-
another discussion.
A guy like Jamal Murray might even be like getting
Nah,
near.
I'm not giving it to Jamal Murray yet. Even
Jamal
though
Murray's like top 25.
even though he showed a lot in the bubble, that definitely moved him up. But he has to show he can do it in the regular season.
Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum.
Jason
Tatum is
yeah.
definitely better.
I
than
almost
him.
forgot about
Maybe
him,
Donovan
yeah.
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell
Yeah.
is better than him. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
Ben
a decent amount
Simmons.
of players better than him. Ben Simmons is better than him.
Yeah, Benson.
I'd rather have Ben Simmons on my team than Paul George right now.
Sheesh.
Yeah, hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. So that's gonna be this episode of the Got Next podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys comment and subscribe and all of that, and enjoy yourselves. Have a
Wear your
good one.
mask.
In Texas, I keep a rifle inside of the whip, call it driving a stick. In Vegas, I get $2 million a night from the wind just to run through the hits. All that on top of the chips, cash them all out and I dip. Bet on 15 cause a nip. My pocket get blue like a crib, ayy.